Fellas. Along with Tarkov 1.0, some maps such as Interchange got a bit of an expansion, as I'm sure some of you have realized. Today's 10-hit video will be focusing on the west side of the Interchange expansion. I'll pull up a little map and show you where specifically we're looting today. Basically, the entire camp around the Smuggler's Extract, the new green flare extract on Interchange, is what we're going to be hitting 10 whole times today. After each run, of course, I will show you all the loot I've accumulated, all the loot I could stuff into my little backpack here. We'll give a loot value of each run to show just how profitable it is. Also, one more quick heads up, I do not have the flea unlocked yet, so all values in this video are based on vendor prices. This actually means that the loot values will be a bit more realistic for early wipe, but in turn, I'll have to be a little bit smarter with what I pick up. Anyways, fellas, I already got my kit together, so without further ado, fellas, let's see what loot Interchange got cooking in the woods. Alright, we're finally coming up on the expanded part that I want to hit 10 times here today. Just to give you a visual, that is the front of the mall, front and center. And we're going to mosey on down into these woods. There is a big old camp right next to the Smuggler's Flare Extract, and that is going to be our main loot source for today. Cross over the very sketchy train tracks here, and the camp, here we go. We're coming up on it. I'm clenching my hole a little bit just in case I get shot by a border sniper, but I think we're chilling. This is the camp that we're gonna hit. Let's get looting, baby. Forgive me if I miss some of the loot spawns here. It is very new, and of course this is the very first time I'm hitting it, so feel free to ridicule me in the comments, leave a few loot spots that I didn't really touch here. Sadly, it looks like there's a lot more camp and loot than I'll be able to carry out of here. One tap. Oh, it's actually my first high-value item find of the wipe, I'd say. Thank you, Nikita. I'll send you the 100 through Cash App. Couple tech spawns on the shelf here. A lot of medical on this shelf. This tent's got the hookup. Gold G phone. Not a very common streamer item for me, so I will definitely take that. Oh my god. Well, fellas, I hate to stop looting halfway baked, but again, I ain't got the space for it all. So once we get back, I'll sell everything up, and then I'll give you a little profit total. Okay. Not bad at all. I don't know exactly how I'm going to format this video yet, so I'll show you the haul again here. Bit easier to see all in one spot. And as sad as it is, we're going straight to trader. Alright, just under 800 for our first hit. This is going to take a while, fellas, so let's get back to it. Okay, so apparently Smuggler's Tunnel, which was the flare extract, still is the flare extract, but I think they renamed it Path to River. I'm only slightly confused, but against my better judgment, I'm still gonna try it this time. Alright, we're approaching from the other side this time, which works out because we'll get to loot a bit of everything. M993, wow. Don't mind if I do. Oh my god. You know, I'm glad Extract is right here, because with these two fuel containers alone, we gonna be limping. Defib, amazing grab. I believe this vendor is even for like over 100, if not, I know vendors for a good bit. Sadly, can't grab that electric motor. My hole is a little bit too tight for that one right now. Oh, that handguard's good. I don't know how much that handguard vendor's for, but this is one of the meta handguards for the M4. And I know on Flea it'll sell for at least 100. I'll go ahead and stuff this sausage down my throat. I'll pick up this Bulbex and then we'll get to the loot. Alright, that was the haul from our second hit of the Interchange expansion part. Now let's get it all sold and see how much we earned. Okay, slightly less than the first run, but still over 700 grand. And sorry, these noodles are going to a very special someone. I'll see y'all on the third hit. Alright, third hit. I heard this little mannequin has a new helmet on him every time. Something like that, though, ain't worth it. Am I right, brother? My man! Ooh, you know, I will count that towards our total, because I'm going to throw that on. It is a bit thick, though. What's up? Brought the whole crew out for me. I can't loot you though, brothers, as much as I want to. You got tainted loot on you. Some non-expansion loot possibly, and I just can't have that. Oh my god, what a group of loot. This right here, even the vendor is like a $250,000. What a find. Alright, backpack's full again. Go ahead and hit the flare, and then I'll see y'all in the stash with the loot haul. Alrighty fellas, that is the third hit from our Interchange expansion. Let's get it sold. Another hit that lands us right under the 800 grand mark. It seems like maybe most of our hits will land around that area. I am going to take off this Thor though. Very unnecessary weight right now for not a lot of opposition. Let's get something a bit more lightweight on us. You know, the more and more I loot this more industrial side, the front end with the cargo containers, the more and more it might be the better spot in this area. You get what I mean. I phrased that a little weird, but the amount of Vuels and Bulbexes and BGWs that we find really seals the deal. Insect Wrench, not exactly that worth it, but we do have a slot for it. Although still, it is a lot more worth it than some of the other stuff I picked up. The Insect Wrench sells for about 21 grand a trader. Some of the other stuff that I picked up here isn't even 10k a slot, but like I said, I'm not too knowledgeable on vendor prices. That was quite quick, easy, and painless, fellas. You know the deal though. I'll hop out flare and I'll see y'all back in the stash. Alrighty fellas, peep the fourth haul of the Interchange expanded area. Let's sell it. Okay, definitely our worst haul yet, but still, I mean, over $500,000, and we're already at the halfway point, so I'll see y'all in there for our fifth hit. BP off rip, you know it's gonna be a good hit. Ain't that right, brother? You know, maybe I shouldn't kill my friends. Alright, I think this time, usually I hit this kind of back area, or front area, last, whatever you want to call it, but I think this time I'm gonna prioritize it because stuff like that, I mean, come on. It's hard to beat fuel. See more Bulbexes, oh my god. Yo, I ain't never see shit like this in my life. I mean, I could take all three. 64 kilos already, we ain't even done yet. That's insane. Another Bulbex, this is gonna be a great hit. These are only 30k to vendor though, so I might trade them out since we are doing vendor and I'm not keeping them sadly. But in any other scenario, when you're doing this, you're probably not selling the big fuel to vendor. I'm just doing it for sake of the video. So if you need fuel, definitely a good spot to farm. Oh my god, 2 more, bro? Dude, I couldn't even handle this if I did have my big old raid bag. Alright, we're completely full. Don't want to check anything else out. Don't want to see what I'm missing out on. It'll only bring more heartbreak. Alright, that's the halfway point haul, fellas. Take a screenshot. It'll last longer. I'll tell you, hauls like this turn me to the cream team. Well, sadly, the intel only vendors for 21 grand. What a highway robbery. I am going to keep the morphine for therapist quest here as well. And that'll do us for our 5th hit, fellas. Alright, 6th raid. I did want to let y'all know I did add an LBCR. Takes up 9 slots, provides us 18, so we do have 9 more slots. So the second half of the 10 hits might be a bit more profitable, but hey, the way I see it, the more loot, the better. Seems like the scav population isn't too consistent here. I'd say they've been about half the raid so far. So far, no PMCs as well, at least AI PMCs, of course, since we are in PvE. So I'd consider that a definite plus to loot in this area. Not very high risk at all, especially with the extract being right there. Alright, not our best haul admittedly, but with the extra rig, I'm thinking the profits are going to be looking a little better. Alright, the haul for hopefully our 6th hit. This is about when I start losing track, but pretty sure we're on 6. It looks like we got spoiled by the first 3 or so raids because that was still only a little over half a mil. That's alright, that's alright. Oh yeah, we also got the TC 2001, replaced it with my insurance helmet, so I'll add that to the total as well. Wait for the lever action. That might be worth. Cannot be listed on the market. Very high chance to pen level 4. I'd say that sells for a lot. Oh my god, I was just about to turn around and leave because we were full. What a silly mistake that would have been. Alright, let's hop out of here. Alright, that's our 7th haul from the Interchange expansion. Let's get to selling. Ooh, I think that might be our best profit yet. 830 grand roundabout. The moonshine definitely helped us out there. Therapist, take my morphine, please, so I can start selling them. Our 8th hit will be next, and as I said, we did unlock the flea market, but just to keep things consistent, since we've been vendoring all the stuff so far, it wouldn't really make sense to switch it up on the last 3. Let's get back to it. 8th hit. Well, like the dummy I am, we ain't even full yet. I'm at a snail's pace, and I completely forgot the green flare, so this one's gonna take a while. We got a long way to extract, fellas. Well, I do. I'll see y'all back in the stash. Alrighty, fellas, after a long and painful journey, we are back. Let's get that shit sold. Perhaps it was all worth it. That hit came out to be almost $1 million, like 950 grand around there. Anyways, fellas, we got 2 hits left. We've already spent way long enough on this. Let's get it out the way, shall we? Alright, big boy mag. I'll take that. I wonder how much a 100 round M4 mag goes for on vendor. Guess we'll find out. Appreciate your forklift. I'll invite you to my wedding. You've been that good to me. Perhaps one of the first times we didn't completely fill up, but I mean, we basically did. We got like 3 slots left. Let's hop out of here. All right, here's our haul. Second to last hit. If I had to predict how much we made, 600? I'll happily be wrong. That was about 800. We forgot the Ash 12 mag here. But you know what time it is, fellas. It is time for the very last hit. Take your bets now. I told you to take your bets last time, but do them again. 2 comments can't earn it. Alright, last hit. Come on, baby. Hit me with something look crazy now. We got the GPU like what, first hit? We've gotten a good bit of moonshine too now that I think about it. Good bit of defibs, about the same price vendor-wise as moonshine. Defibs, moonshine, and GPUs, nothing but that, please. I be profing. You be profing all night, huh? I will say this expansion reminds me a lot of the Shoreline expansion. I'd say just as much loot. It's also right next to an extract. This is possibly one of the lowest risk loot run I'd probably do nowadays. Of course, that's without too much critical thinking, but it's definitely up there, I'll tell you. Alrighty fellas, that is the final haul of today's 10-hit video. You know the deal. You've seen it 9 times before. Let's sell it and see the profit. Okay, I mean, that was only around 600 grand, I'd say, maybe 610 if I had to guess. And that does it for our 10 hits of the Interchange expansion, at least that part of it. If you'd like to see the other part of the expansion, maybe in a 10-hit video, maybe in a road to 1 billion, or 2 billion, sorry, just let me know in the comments. Anything else you want to see me hit 10 whole times, let me know as well. I plan to do the hidden killa, Tagilla spawn thing and Interchange, the basement thing, whatever. I didn't do that today, however, because I don't really have the ammo to fend them off when I do encounter them. But we'll get there, don't worry. I think we started this video with a little over $1 million, so over 7 million in profit today, hitting that 10 times. But for now, that does it for me. And as always, fellas, thank you for joining me yet again. Goodbye.